Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the lower bracket finals of Hitman Bingo. This match is going to determine a guaranteed spot in the top two for the event. They will be moving on to the grand final, and the loser will still be scoring a third place finish in this tournament. Phanium versus Jokerj. Spin is starting here very shortly. Had some delays due to Phanium's technical issues, but we should be here ready to go with this Whittleton Creek lockout board starting in just one moment here. And there we have it. Again, this is lockout, so lines here do not matter. And of course, I'm not going to read the entire board, but looking at tiles, I think are very nice. Obviously, Janice's old photograph is going to be one that most players are probably going to be getting no matter what. Blow up the scooter is one that really doesn't require any prior setup at all. That one's going to be near the construction site, I believe. Lethal Poisonous Frog is going to be right next to the cigar box. Kitchen knives. I'm not sure if there's two in Janice's house itself, but I know that there's definitely some in the Wilson house, the party. So you see Jokerj goes ahead and grabs that early Janice kill with the oxygen tank. Meanwhile, Phanium has grabbed the lawsuit documents, clue number 1. I didn't even get that far in the board before I had to start actually talking about what the players are doing here. Of course, they're going to be going into it very quickly. This is a top 3 match. We see Joker grabs the Rude Ruby from Helen's house and triggers the Singing Fish. Meanwhile, as I mentioned there, Phanium goes ahead and grabs the Lethal Poisonous Frog that is right by the cigar box. So a lot of easy tiles taken out here. I think turn on 3 sinks is another very easy one. Wilson House Key is, of course, easy, but potentially out of the way. Rat Poisons, I don't know where all of them are, but that can't be superbly difficult. Now we see Phanium's going to grab this paddle from the house for sale. He may also opt to drop all 3 chandeliers, which can also be taken care of in here. Something I guess I'll point out that I think is kind of funny is I think both players are using the Ice Baller here, which was just released. I guess not today now, but yesterday. I see Phanium grabs the security keycard, so he might be opting to grab the battle axe through that Easter egg that I'm sure many people are familiar with through roulette, since he is already here. Not something that Joker's very likely to do, so not really going to be locking him out of that tile. But, you know, it's a tile nonetheless. So we did see Joker goes ahead and not only becomes a gardener, but blends in as a gardener. Nice to see both of those tiles. Whereas Phanium has dropped all 3 chandeliers. Joker as well with collect a Wilson's house key. I didn't actually see that one, so I may need to check that in between rounds if he is to win. But since I'm both adminning and casting, it's not really possible for me to do it now because then I'm going to spend the entire round checking things. So hopefully that was done correctly. We see Joker has a bunch of stuff in the basement going on due to Janice's body being dragged. He goes ahead and grabs the old photograph. We also saw Phanium pacified someone with the paddle, and actually just collecting the vault key card was enough to grab a tile. Didn't even need that battle axe that I was mentioning. Phanium is infiltrating Janice's house now. He has triggered a lockdown there. We see him grab 2 kitchen knives for himself. Claims that tile. That puts him at 6 versus Joker's 6, so now neck and neck. More clues done, fewer targets done on Phanium's side of things. Yeah, Joker leaving Janice's house now and heading back over to Cassidy. Gets a body found, though, and it's going to be a restart. All those tiles will drop back down to half claimed. Hopefully, I guess now in this run, we'll see him grab that house key appropriately. See, Phanium picks up the microfilm, which is one of the clues that needs to be played. I can't even remember which house it is. I think it's at the party in the attic, because I know that Susan talks about it. Or at least I believe she does. So I highly doubt that clue is going to be used. In fact, I don't even know which category it's a part of. But yeah, knocks out a tile for him there. Now up at 8 versus 6 half claimed. That second screwdriver grab. Now we see him place a muffin on Janice's food plate. Only one more tile needed to grab all 10 of those. Does need to take care of Janice here, green guns. So wants to turn Gunther around so he can go ahead and grab that pacification. And then hopefully silently get this Janice kill. He's got that silence pistol with the ice baller there. Yellow guns, of course, as compared to the last tournament, does not matter for the claiming of tiles. So nothing to worry about here. He's going to go ahead and take those out so that he can exit green guns. We see Joker is going back through, grabbing those 2 Gardener tiles. Of course, doesn't need to do these in the same order to potentially optimize now that he's already got those set on his board. And let's see, currently in Helen's house. Not sure what he's knocking them out for now. Let's see, is there anything else I am missing? It looked like he picked something up. I didn't even see what it was. Yeah, going upstairs for the fish here. You see Phanium's grabbing a rat poison, so he's going to be looking for a second one of those as his last tile, presumably. Because he went straight for that. Yeah, okay. So I guess I can confirm now that that was the wrong key for Joker. That was the West House key, I believe, is why he was knocking people out there. So I will manually unclaim that for him. Now that I've got that one confirmed. All right, and Phanium now still needs to take care of Nolan Cassidy, but it does have all 3 clues down. And 10 tiles claimed. So which one did he opt for? He opted for all 3 sinks instead. It's pretty much impossible to do that one incorrectly. So for the moment, I'll trust that he actually got all 3, and then I can look at that between rounds. So Phanium is looking to do an explosion accident kill for Nolan, and he actually gets it straight away there. Those shots can be pretty particular with where you have to land them in order to actually get that off in 2 shots. So does that before Nolan's able to run away, get that kill, and he is running pretty snugly now to the exit with everything done on his board. And yeah, hopefully going to grab 2 points there. I am going to do my little admin confirmation, though, because there was one thing that I didn't see while I was updating Joker's tiles. And yeah, this is Phanium's map pick that we saw there first, indicated by him being player 1 on the left. So not superbly surprising that he knew what he was doing, but of course both players will have practiced for quite a long time. And yeah, that is 3 sinks for Phanium. So I will accept that done button and assign those 2 points to Phanium. Round 1, and I will set a time as well for round 2. I am casting as well as adminning, so a little bit more setting up than talking as compared to a normal cast. But yeah, important to note, this is also first to 6. Oh, hello. My OBS is freaking out. Hopefully someone can tell me if they can still hear me right now. As Phanium's stream goes down. I am heard. Okay, because in OBS's visualizer there is no sound coming from me because OBS does this to me sometimes. So I'm just not gonna touch anything, and someone can let me know if my voice randomly disappears at some point. Because sure we all know in this community how OBS is most of the time. So anyways, we are going to Isle of Scale Lockout as Jokerj's map pick map number 2, of course. First to 4, as always, up until the final. And I will set this now to 22 past the hour, so I can get that next board ready, and we can, I guess, guarantee that Phanium's stream is still up at that point, because I'm a little bit worried about that. Isle of Scale. All 3 rounds here are actually lockout in this semifinal. I won't spoil the decider for the moment, but if it comes to it, we will see that. $45-minute timer, and we should be ready to go here on this, not spin link, admin overlay, whatever you'd like to call it. Yeah, and I guess I will also mention now our bans for this match. Sorry, are Marrakesh and Haven Island. Marrakesh banned by Phanium, Haven Island by Jokerj. Of course, both players have played a significant number of matches, so this pool, I should say, that they're drawing from for these picks and bans are rather limited compared to the start of the tournament. But of course, you definitely always want to try to save something good for if you make it this far. This is the last match where that pool of maps will matter. So hopefully a bit of planning ahead on their parts. And yeah, we are traveling to Isle of Scale in just under 2 minutes here. Let's see. I guess also something I don't think I've mentioned as we watch Jokerj just walk out of bounds into the ocean. Something I don't think I've mentioned so far, that I definitely did wanted to mention going into this, is that Phanium is a returning Hitman Bingo champion from the first tournament that we had back. What, it had to have started like 9-10 months ago, something like that. I thought it was in April. I don't remember entirely, but just under a year ago. That was Phanium versus some random person in our final, and Phanium won that one. So that gives you a bit of a backstory on Phanium making it this far. Of course, experienced bingo player, and Jokerj, huge fan of bingo, made his own Discord community as well for that, and was well known in Providence for requesting Hitman Bingo 2 for the longest time. So he has a lot of playtime in the mode as well, and I know he was talking about practicing our decider map, so definitely taking that seriously. Should it come to that, and hopefully for Jokerj it will, because he's going to need these next 2 map wins to be able to take it home. As we come to look at our Isle of Scale board right now, I will say, for the sake of all honesty, that Isle of Scale, it's probably one of the maps that I would be the worst at in bingo. I haven't exactly played it outside of play testing for this tournament. So very brief, and there's a lot of intel items and that sort of thing on this map that are usually irrelevant for other types of events. So a lot of stuff that I do not remember where it is. So I will have to be watching the player streams carefully. See, Phanium conceals an item in a briefcase. That'll be one of the coins he brought along with him, as well as a lockpick and his silenced pistol. Jokerj starts in the same place, also grabs that elite guard disguise. Might have been looking to do the suitcase, or sorry, the briefcase himself, but could have been beaten to that. Now, let's see. Letter opener, actually, is a good one. Thank you, Joker, for telling me that. It's right here. It's the only letter opener on the map, as denoted by the fact that it says the instead of a letter opener. Right in the radio room there. That's a very free one. Knock someone down with an apple is also a very free tile up here. Looking through all of these. Let's see what else is up here. Turn off the Hyperborean Monolights is obviously something that is right by the security room upstairs. And other than that, in fact, I don't even know where the hand flare is. I do not believe there to be 3 chandeliers entirely upstairs, so a bit more work to be done. Joker, actually, it's pretty creative. We see him toss a coin in the well from up here. I did not know that 47 would be able to make that. He's got a bit of a weak throw distance in a lot of cases, but we see both players getting set up for the radio lure. Joker with a 2-tile lead over Phanium at this point on his own map pick. And both of them able to grab Sophia here. Phanium actually gets the guard, which is something that you could try to do consistently, and as far as I know, you never will be able to do it consistently. But we see Joker gets an apple lockdown, or an apple knockdown, sorry. Phanium actually able to claim it first, though. Clicks on that tile, and therefore steals it from Jokerj as they both get that Sophia kill. Box her up. No bodies left there for either of them. Now, we did see some shooting of 2 of the chandeliers in the radio room. The other ones, or at least I believe there is another one in the Raider room, or around up there, but just not the easiest one to grab. And I imagine we'll see a third one shot here downstairs relatively quickly. We see Jokerj is clearing out the room with the burial robes. With that chloroform flask, perhaps. It actually doesn't go off, and I'm not sure why it's not going off. I'm kind of just as confused as Joker was there. Unless that was like a shadow patch, or maybe it's just that spot specifically, but I have not seen a chloroform just refuse to go off like that when dropped out of the inventory. But yeah, that gives Phanium a 2-tile lead over those which have been half claimed already. And Jokerj's got a lot of stuff to repeat there. Considering the radio kill is going to be about 2 minutes. And that's about all as far as he had gotten in his first run. We see Phanium looking at Zoe here with the chandelier kill. And he probably will go red there, and I didn't even see if he did or not for just a split second. But nothing to worry about now. That was his 3rd chandelier after the 2 in the radio room to secure that kill. And now just tiles left. Both targets are down. Zoe in an accident, Sophia in a box, so no bodies to be found in that regard. And he's headed into the MOC room. Now, there's quite a lot that could be done here. Become the Master of Ceremonies. Become a guard. Let's see. Collect the MOC's schedule, I think is the intel item that's in the room with the 2 guards here next to him. I could be wrong. That might be a different intel item, but I think that's what that one is. Also, relatively nearby is going to be the circumcision knife, which is in by the custodian spawn. As I'm talking, we see him grab that MOC schedule. As Jokerj is grabbing some of his old tiles, Phanium is becoming a guard. He became the MOC, and that's 3 easy tiles in one little area there. Gonna go ahead and take care of the security. Get rid of those yellow guns. Does not get spotted there. And let's see, 3 commemorative tokens. There are a lot of places you can get that. And wow, that was a lot of whoosh from Phanium entering the agility hostile area. I was actually worried that he was going to get spotted through the floor there because that happens quite frequently. Jokerj kills Sophia, but the door is still open. That's very likely to have been red guns there. Although I did not see it because he paused immediately. That's going to be a restart for him, and that's a very significant lead for Phanium, who only needs to win this map. He will take the match. He's not happy with that in the Discord chat, based on that response there. Phanium still got to work out how to grab a couple tiles here. Needs 3 more. He is down near the interrogation area. And near the kitchen, so he might be grabbing that kitchen knife. There's also a muffin that's very easy to get down here as well, so he could be looking for a knockdown. I know there are a couple of muffins, but I know there's definitely one in that glass case there. Phanium there, finally able to grab that kitchen knife. And he's got to feel pretty good about this one. I mean, Joker's got 4 half-claimed tiles. Phanium at 9 full claimed. And Phanium, really the only way to rip for him is being careless with an enforcer or a trespassing area. But we see him grab all 3 of those commemorative tokens, as you could tell from the weapon holster little icon in the bottom right. And that is all 10 tiles needed, both targets down, and a 5-star SA screen. So that is going to be Phanium taking map number 2 as well in this 1st to 3 match. That'll be a 4-0 sweep here for Phanium to take it. And I'm sure based on what Joker said previously that he's not super happy about how that went. What with the door, as well as... I don't even remember what the first rip was at this point. But yeah, I don't remember it being something extremely egregious. So yeah, that'll do it. GG's for us here. And let me get that post done officially, and then I will update the brackets so we can take you guys over there. All right. Got that posted for the players. Go over to tournament. Put in that win for us. And now let me take you guys over to the bracket screen. Hopefully my voice can still be heard there. Here is our brackets. Let me interact with these real quick. And scroll it up. Full screen us. Okay, it's very oddly zoomed in, but it tells us what we need to see, which is that In4Fun and Phanium will be taking each other on in the grand final 2 days, January the 8th, this Sunday. Hopefully, as long as everything goes well scheduling-wise. And the admins and heralds will be taking care of that in DMs to make sure that gets scheduled ahead of time. Yeah, there's not much else to say. That'll be Jokerj finishing 3rd place in the tournament. Very strong performance. I know he has been really happy to have this tournament going here in Providence, so I'm sure he's glad to have made it so far after a pretty commanding move through the lower bracket. Let's see if I can actually. Okay, it does not want me to move the bracket any further, but he did come through the lower bracket. He lost his first match in the winners bracket round 2. He had a bye in round 1 because of the player count, so then moved to the lower bracket round 2. Did take 2 forfeit wins, but I mean, we all saw how Joker was playing here. We've seen him in previous matches with 2 sweeps against some random person, our second place from the last tournament, as well as Yoshi, who's been playing a ton of bingo. So obviously very commanding there. Makes it all the way through. So nothing to be ashamed of there for sure. Phanium, once again, will have a chance to potentially come in first for the second Hitman Bingo tournament, as well as the first. We will see. There's not really any point in me taking us over to the upcoming matches tab because all we've got left is to schedule that final. I suppose I will see if there's anyone to raid. I very much doubt it. At 7:30 in the morning European time and the middle of the night in the US. But let me see Hitman wise who is currently live. That I know. Oh, Agent Snail is live. I'll send you guys over there. I think he's doing some contracts. What it looks like from the thumbnail. He's a pretty reliable person to send everyone over to. Not sure how much longer he'll be streaming, but check that out. Say hi if you would like to. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. Keep a lookout in the Providence Discord in the Hitman Bingo 2 Matches channel. It will be posted soon, the details for our final, which is going to be first to 6, as opposed to the first to 3 that we've had so far. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining me, and I'll see you guys later.